Hi, I'm Leah. Are you a parent of young children? Let me tell you some nitty-gritty stories. On my worst days, when I was parenting a 2-year-old and a newborn, I started to kind of go crazy. So when David would come home, he would come to a wife whose hands looked like man hands because who has time for a pedicure? My hair highlights started to grow out, but who has time to get that done? So I just quit looking at the mirror. I even went to Target with sopping wet hair because I was just that determined to get a shower in and the grocery shopping done. David would walk in from working and I would shove the kids in his chest and say, "I'm out of here." And what that really meant was I would drive 5 minutes to our local Target, get a cup of coffee, and mindlessly snake through the aisles on my hour off with a greasy bun, and I hope none of you ever saw me during that moment. When I returned from Target, I would literally sit in my driveway trying to psych myself up to return to diaper land. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. I never used to drink coffee my entire life, but after that second child arrived, I religiously downed a Starbucks double shot espresso count every single afternoon. And do you know when I did that, when I needed that extra energy? I'll tell you, because you can relate. It's that time window after your children wake up from their nap and before bedtime. You're exhausted because you plowed through 10,000 projects while you were uninterrupted during their nap time, and they wake up like the Energizer Bunny. I never missed my afternoon caffeine fix. In fact, last week I may or may not have bought 10 cases of 4 packs of double shot espressos at Target. And it may or may not have been the only reason I went to Target. Life with a 2-year-old and a newborn was crazy, but the nights were just as crazy as the day. I remember one hard night when both children were having problems. Dave and I almost collided in the hallway between the children's rooms, and he said, "Trade kids?" I said, "You got it." The next morning, we almost downed an entire pot of coffee. And when Samson jumped in our bed at 7 a.m., we looked at each other and did something which I hope you will say you've done. We put a TV show on for him and went right back to bed. Yes, sirree. Real parenting right here, guys. It's been about a year since our second child arrived, and I actually like to go places now with both of them. I wish someone would have taken me aside when Esther was born and I was so overwhelmed and said, "Remember, this is just a very short time of very hard work to produce 2 siblings that will enjoy a relationship for a lifetime. Did you realize that siblings know each other longer than any other type of relationship in the world? You'll know your sibling longer than your spouse, a friend, your parents." So just think of it that way. When you're overwhelmed with multiple little ones, you're working a short time to produce a lifetime of sibling best friendship. You can do it. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, visit leahspina.com or check out my new book, Stop and Smell Your Children.